Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Idea Gen Global Podcast with George Sifakis.
I'm George Sifakis. In a world overflowing with noise, there is one forum where the world's smartest voices connect, where visionaries sit at the same table as innovators, and great minds don't just talk, they act.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Of course, the other big story of the day, everything happening with ICE, all these protests, and what's the real story with that 5-year-old? Well, joining us now is Ron Vitiello. He is the former chief of Border Patrol and also retired acting ICE director. Ron, we love having you on the show. This is incredible. This story of the 5-year-old, totally different. If you look at what some people in the mainstream media, even a comment from the former Vice President Kamala Harris, and what really happened. Tell us what really happened with this 5-year-old.
Well, it seems that the Democrats have found another father of the year who abandoned this 5-year-old.
Steal my lines, will you?
Judge Weinberg used that line, Ron. You guys are both brilliant.
Okay.
Welcome aboard.
I mean, the vice president on stage yesterday said exactly what happened. You know, that they were targeting the father as being a criminal alien. They found him in a car. They tried to make a stop. He fled and left his young boy of 5 years old behind. Out in the snow and, very cold in Minneapolis right now. We're all going to get that for the weekend. And that's the story, but it perfectly encapsulates where the mainstream media wants to take this story. You had the vice president of the United States explain to all that were listening yesterday what exactly happened. And yet it's still a story in the local market and all over the mainstream.
It is. And yet, like you just said, the narrative is, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is calling it, baiting the child, ICE detained, ICE kidnapping. You're hearing this, and it fits with the narrative of what happened with that woman who was blocking ICE and then tried to run over, it looks like, the ICE agent who sadly killed her. I mean, my heart breaks for the woman, but they went out and said it's murder. Here they said, kidnapping.
Never allow the facts to get in the way of a political narrative.
Your thoughts, Ron?
Well, there all those reporters with, bated breath hanging on every word of the icon of idiocy. She knows better. This is her getting clicks and likes and getting in the zeitgeist because that's about all she's good at. She can get on the social, she can get on television, and the mainstream media is just happy to give her a platform. Even though she knows she's spreading falsehoods and villainizing the men and women that are out there that took an oath to protect all of us, including her.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just can't even imagine what pressure ICE is under. They're doing such a great job. You see the numbers, you see the results, and then they have to deal with people throwing things at them or spitting. And today there was a U-Haul, by the way, that they pulled up in front of the ICE facility. You probably heard about this, I'm sure, Ron, and almost trying to ram the facility. I mean, and it's minus 10 degrees there.
Yeah, well, the call has gone out for all the black bloc all over the country. The Antifa types, they're going to show up. They already have a large number of useful idiots inside the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. And just going back, I spent more time protecting that child, feeding him and making sure he got turned over to the right authorities and or his family. They spent more time doing that yesterday than they did about every other thing. And so, yeah, these people are organizing. There's some planned marches. I think they're going to do a walkout on Monday. But the good news is that they don't need the permission of people like AOC to do the job that they're doing. They're doing very well, and they're just going to have to continue it under these trying circumstances. But I think it's right to highlight the compassion that they showed in this particular situation where, that boy would have been left to his own defenses at 5 years old if they didn't step in and take care of him. Absolutely.
I mean, the family abandoned this 5-year-old, and ICE, thank goodness, was there at least. So it shows the incredible humanity and patience of ICE, I think also. Governor Patterson.
Well, Ron, you were right when you said that AOC knew better, but it's even worse than that. The former vice president wrote a statement that's almost the same thing as what AOC said. And I think that this issue of where you jump in and don't even think about the consequences of what happened in that particular situation to come to your own conclusion is what's tearing this country apart.
Yes. And this started quite a while ago. You'll remember that AOC went to the border and cried next to a fake fence about things that were happening under the first administration. She and the vice president did the same thing to the Border Patrol agents. You'll remember in Del Rio, they were accused of the worst kinds of behavior. You know, they called them racists and all kinds of other things. And she jumped in with the president, with the Secretary of Homeland Security, and called those agents the worst things ever. So this goes back quite a while. They're getting good at it, and unfortunately, they're protected and encouraged, if you will, by the mainstream media.
Well, we are with you, Ron, and you guys stay strong. It is so important, and so many people in this country love and appreciate you guys, and just know that we have your backs. Thank you very much, Ron.
Thanks so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very, very much. The former ICE director there, Ron Vitiello.
Busted. The reviews are in. Awesome. You wanted more Joe Concha. And we heard you. More Joe. More show.
We're talking to you. Under promise and over deliver.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11 on 77 WABC.
Jimmy Kimmel no longer tries to be funny. Not that he ever really was.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11.
Democrats defending cocaine coming into the country.